Welcome to Sole Attraction. I'm Jess. I'm all about reviewing men's sneakers and what about them turns heads. If a man can judge me by my rack, I can judge him by his shoes. So let's redefine what it means to rock a killer pair of shoes from a woman's perspective, because we're always looking. We're gonna get straight into the shoe. This is the Air Jordan 4 Fear. This sneaker was originally released in 2013 along a pair of 3s and 5s, and they were known as the Fear Pack. Tinker Hatfield designed this shoe and was inspired by the Michael Jordan Nike ad campaign Becoming Legendary. I'm going to go over the shoe first, and then I'm going to explain to you why I feel that Jordan Brand really dropped the ball here. The colorway for this shoe is black, white, anthracite black, and then there's also a bit of platinum, which is here on the satin signature tag. This is a very muted black and gray sneaker. It is a nice looking shoe. A little dull without anything shiny, but if that's the look you're going for, it hits the mark. So you have the signature patch, which is right on top of your black, smooth nubuck tongue. The inside, you have your soft, fuzzy white liner, and then you have your Jumpman on the back. You also have your black nubuck that goes around here, around the heel collar, and then around the laces here. The 2024 is very similar to the 2013. There's a little bit that's changed about the silhouette, and this part back here is higher, but overall, it's the same design. Around the side and the top of the toe is the anthracite. The 2013, the original, had more of like a cool gray color, very similar to this box, and the colorway was considered gray. This one they put anthracite, and it has this almost like a warm olive green undertone to it, which for me seems to really clash with the cool gray tones that wrap around the front of the toe. Then moving on, you have on your midsole, you have your black with a white speckle pattern, and that fades into a gray with a white splatter pattern. You can see on the other side, the fade isn't that much of a fade. You can tell it almost looks two-toned instead of a fade. I wish there was more of a transition here instead of just a color jump. But you do have your inside air window, which is red. And that's probably my favorite part of the shoe because it is that little bit of color pop, and you usually don't notice it unless you're really looking for it. Now underneath that you have a very light gray right above your white outsole with the star print. You have your matte black heel tab with the Jumpman, matte black for your wings, white matte for your lace tabs here and here. You have around the sides and the top the rubber netting, and for me this really drops the overall quality of the shoe, because if you look closely through here it buckles a bit. So you have this rubber netting that buckles, and then in the front of the shoe, just with a little bit of wear on the shoe, because these shoes have been worn, it almost warps it a bit so it looks uneven. Overall, this is a very nice sneaker. It matches with lots of things. The muted black and grays kind of goes with whatever, you know, it's very versatile because of the basic colors. Nothing shiny, it's not flashy. But a big part of the shoe was the quote on the inside of the shoe. So here all we have is the white Jumpman, and on the original, on the 2013s, you had a quote from the second commercial of that ad campaign that said, "I'm scared of what I won't become, you're scared of what I could become." And that was a huge part of the whole campaign, because the Becoming Legendary campaign was about following athletes in their journey, having the courage to fail, and don't let fear get in the way. So that was a major element of this shoe of the 2013 when it came out, and that's gone now. So in my opinion, if you are going to re-release a shoe, it's a reimagined shoe, you should add to it instead of take away. So the only place you get that quote is the box. But if you don't know what that quote is, then this just looks like a bunch of undecipherable words. And the same is on the paper. The quote's on the paper, but same thing. If you aren't familiar with the ad campaign, then this is just words. You don't understand what it means. And there was lots of quotes and different slogans, things that were memorable in those commercials. There was "look me in the eye," "maybe I destroyed the game," or "maybe you're just making excuses." So many cool things that a reimagined sneaker, you could have maybe even changed the quote on the inside, or had it come with a hang tag, something where you don't know which quote you're gonna get. I don't know, but instead they just completely took that away. So if you don't know anything about the 2013s, this just seems like it's a replica shoe. To see that element taken away from the shoe, because the 2013 and the Fear Pack really became a cult classic, and that's reflected in the resale value of those shoes. Those shoes now go anywhere from $500 to $1,200 depending on size, where the 2024s you can find, I think they first sold in November at $215, and the resale value now is $180 to $200. So maybe people felt like the magic wasn't there. It is a really nice sneaker. I don't feel like it's anything special. It's nothing that, in my mind, I feel like I have to have it, or I want my man wearing it. The new 4s, you know, the Fear 4s are so amazing this time. It just seems like they released the shoe again with something taken away from it. If you like my perspective and want to hear more, hit the like button and subscribe, or go over and check out my Instagram profile, because you don't want to miss what I have coming up next. And remember, a man in great shoes is always one step ahead.